A few of you guys have maybe pulled or heard of a few loads to Loudon, Tennessee. We just started a 300-unit order for UPS out of Detroit Chassis. So these, there's going to be probably 56-car loads going down to Loudon, Tennessee. That's a beautiful order, and we were just informed today, Kim and I, that there is another 600 coming behind this first 300. So basically, we're going to run this 300-unit order in February and March, and then we're going to have a break. And then starting back up in June, July, and August, we're going to have another 600-unit order going to Loudon, Tennessee out of Detroit Chassis. Beautiful loads that aren't heavy. They scale out, and we're putting 6 units on, not 5, 6. So it's an awesome load. All right, so guys, listen, I don't want to spend a lot of time chasing stories and rumors, but the morale of our team and our drivers and our company is the best it's ever been. And you know, we have this call. We always talk. 6 months ago, we were having a little issue and a little bit of grumpiness going around. Our company made adjustments. We made some changes. You know, I want to make everybody aware we are hiring. We are having success hiring. We're bringing on a lot of great guys, all right? Nothing is going to change in our rules and our dispatch procedures. So any rumors out there, put them to bed. We have lots of work here at Wheeler. We have lots of money for everybody to make, and we don't need to be worrying about any type of special treatment or favoritism. It ain't going to happen, all right? So that's it. I don't want to talk anymore about that. So if you have a hardcore issue, then you deal with Kim, and she'll get through it. All right, guys, great news this afternoon. You know, we had the in-between call a few weeks ago to announce that General Motors has awarded Wheeler with the GM Cutaway chassis in Springfield, Ohio. Well, this afternoon, Ford Motor Company has awarded Wheeler the Ford Transit vans out of Kansas City directly to dealers within our Avon Lake distribution. Now, what that means is, instead of those transits being railed into Avon Lake, and we haul them to dealers in Ohio, New York, PA, West Virginia, and even a couple counties in Maryland, we will haul those now directly on truck out of Kansas City to all those dealers. This will take a few weeks to flip the switch before it happens. But what this means is there's going to be less transits or no transits coming into Avon Lake. We will pick them up at the factory. So you guys will be loaded from Kansas City all the way back to Avon Lake and beyond. We're never going to talk rates on the call, but Wheeler's worked very hard to get this business. We've run our analysis. We've run our money. We did it competitive enough to get it to come off rail. Anybody that's been around this business very long knows it's very hard to get traffic off rail. And we drew a line where we're not going to do it for nothing. We're doing this at a profit, and we ran all of our numbers. And basically what this does, guys, you take a trip out to Kansas City, this enhances that trip big time coming back. So we're excited about it. You know, you guys, many of you guys know the Akron, Ohio's that we have just as one of the destinations out of Avon Lake. But you're going to load that Akron up in Kansas City, run to Forest City and go down to Kansas City. All the Texas guys coming up through Kansas City, Kansas, you know, the Midwest. And now with Springfield, guys, this truly is getting exciting. You know, Springfield, we're going to go all the way to Missouri and into Kansas out of Springfield, Ohio. And now, again, you're going to be able to load back. Anywhere you've taken a transit van out of Avon Lake, you will now take that van directly out of Kansas City. All right? So, all right, so that's other great news. I've mentioned you guys for months as we've been building this, that we will let you guys know once it's clarified and once contracts are signed, and we cannot talk about them until then. So as of today, the transit van business has been awarded to Wheeler off rail, going to the Avon Lake distribution area directly out of Kansas City. So great news. All right. Avon Lake. The numbers in Avon Lake has been huge. Thank you to many of you guys putting in that extra time on the road to help us pull these numbers down. We, a month ago, had around 1,200 units on the ground due to the overtime production at that plant. And we have now pulled the numbers down to somewhere around 600. We've cut that in half. The good news is the Avon Lake plant is not working overtime for the next 3 or 4 weeks. And then they come back with about a 4, 5, 6 week cycle of they're going to hit us hard again with overtime planned. So our plan is, with the great drivers we have, with additional drivers coming on board, that we will be prepared when that overtime hits to be able to take care of that business and move vehicles fast. Ford is a great partner, they're a great customer, and they're very supportive of Wheeler. And with that said, when dealers are screaming for their trucks and they're not getting there fast enough, pressure comes on. So I want to thank you guys for putting up with us and putting up with Kim and her department kind of pushing you. This is what we do. We step up when it's time to step up, and you guys have done a wonderful job, so thank you. In the meantime, again, we're having great success hiring. You guys are getting the word out there. I invited folks on the line tonight that haven't quite walked through the door and finished all their paperwork, but they're onboarding at Wheeler, and I wanted to let them guys get on the calls and start sharing information with us, because we are hiring and we need that word out there. All right, like I said, guys, there's 6 or 7 more contracts coming to Wheeler in the next 18 months. I expect 2 or 3 of those in the next 2 or 3 months. So there's no way to put it besides we need more drivers, we need more bodies, and obviously we hire owner operators and company drivers, and Wheeler has not messed around. We do not want to sit on the side of the road with broke down trucks. That's why we have 30 new Petes going to be in our fleet in the next 8 to 10 to 12 weeks, somewhere in that time frame. So it's very exciting what we're going to do. So don't matter if you're a good-looking truck driver or kind of an ugly one like me, you're going to have the same looking truck as your buddy. So just about every truck. So by having these newer trucks, less downtime, lighter weight, more earning capacity, the freight they can haul, we're stepping up to the plate because we have a lot of business coming, and we're going to need to move a lot of trucks. So that's another way we can move a little more volume, is not sitting in a shop somewhere broke down. So, all right. That's all I have with my announcement, so let's open it up for you, buddy.
Rex, it's Hubble.
Yes, Jeff.
I got a West Virginia load on right now. I just delivered to Petersburg, Grafton, and Morgantown I'm going to. And it tastes excellent. I will do this all day long. This is all you can run me with. I love it.
Okay. Jeff, I'm glad you brought that up. There's a little clarity on that. This is what's so screwed up. That is not our new traffic. There's actually 3 tiers of traffic we now have in Kansas City, just to clarify it. The way every manufacturer does it different, like a Zuzu, they'll award a state, usually a whole state. Ford awards counties, okay? So if we go back until May of 2014, that was Wheeler's original contract out of Kansas City. We still have most of that counties, but as many of you know, we don't have some of those counties For example, we don't go to Albuquerque no more. We don't go down into Louisiana no more, okay? The contract renewal, we lost some counties, we gained some counties. The West Virginia freight that Jeff has today, that is, there was a point in time they come at us and they threw about 30 counties at us. Some was in Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and West Virginia. And they said, we're looking to take these off rail because they're not a big volume. They don't fill up rail cars. And this is what we want you to price the business at. And Wheeler looked at all of those counties that it was a backhaul towards Avon Lake, and we went after it with full rate, and we weren't getting nowhere. And basically, my job and my team's job is to know our business and bug the customer. So we started bugging them, and they let us know that the contract was going to another carrier. So we did go in and we trimmed that contract, okay? And you're hearing Jeff say tonight, it didn't kill us, and we can make money at it, okay? So we signed those extra contracts, those extra counties. Now, this Avon Lake distribution does not quite pay as much as the one Jeff's talking about. So I want everybody to understand, Wheeler will never, ever, ever play with your money. Everybody here runs off gross revenue. We have no reason to steal from you. This can get very confusing, especially to a guy that's not been here since the beginning of the transit van, because you are very well possible going to see 3 different rates. You will always see the same rate to the same county because that's how the contract works. Well, for example, I would have to look them up on a map, which we will be doing in the days to come. One of these new counties in West Virginia may border the county that Jeff just spoke about. And it might be less, it will be less money than what Jeff just talked about. And then if it's a county in our original contract, it pays even more. It's screwed up. It's how it works. The way this industry works, the way Wheeler handles this, follows the rules, then we'll play ball. We won't play ball if we don't know the rules of what the game is. So I want to explain that so no one ever thinks, oh, they got it in my pocket and they trimmed it. That will not ever happen here. Guys, our company is wonderful. We make money. Our drivers make money. Our company makes money. We have no reason to steal. All right? So, Jeff, thank you for speaking up because that helped me clarify what's coming. All right? And again, I won't talk detail rates on the call, but you guys will see what's coming. I can tell you this. You guys have been in Forest City lately and been told to go on back to Avon. You have been in North Texas and been told to go back to Avon. Because Kansas City has not had the volume lately to load everybody. Some of you guys have been in Kansas City and had room for an extra unit, and we didn't have that extra unit for you, okay? I can tell you, as soon as they flip the switch, those days are over. I'm sorry to say, but Kansas City's going to have more freight now than they can move. So, and if the time comes with that, if we have to bring our partners at Wheeler Logistics in, they will pick up what we don't want, okay? So we have this as a ton of freight coming directly out of Kansas City. But you guys know the Avon Lake distribution goes pretty much over to the east side of Ohio, up to Buffalo, Syracuse, Pennsylvania. That's a long ways out of Kansas City. So, all right. All right, what else we got?
Rex? I dropped out of the call here a little bit, but did that include the chassis coming out of Kansas City going to west and the south?
Let me bring the file back open here. I believe it has everything. Guys, we just got awarded this afternoon, and so I have to bring this up myself and see what we got here.
Just to let everybody know, even at less money, I'll haul this straight all day long, Rex. I'm making a hell of a lot of money on this round.
Right. Well, I remember drivers speaking up, and, you know, when we've been trying to get this thing, Kansas City, traffic coming back toward Avon Lake ever since we got the H567 medium duty contract. And of course, you know, Ford played with it for a long time because they figured we was willing to do it for nothing, but that wasn't the case. So to answer Jeff's question and to inform all you guys, I'm looking at the file right now. They did award everything. So we have column 3 cutaways, we have column 3 low roof transit vans, and your column 4 medium and high roof. So what that means to you guys, Ford divides your vehicles up in column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. Column 1 is like a passenger car, Ford Fusion. Okay? In the transits, your low roof transits, there's 3 categories. There's cutaway chassis, there is low roof van, and then the medium and high roof falls in the same category. I am looking at it right now, and we've been awarded everything. All the columns. So
That's going to make a hell of a round going back to Buffalo.
there you go. There you go.
That's going to make a hell of a round. That's a 6-unit load all day long.
Yep. And like the Akrons and the Clevelands and you know, of course we get them going everywhere. But guys, listen, this has truly become, of our hard work and our dedication, this is becoming a company that is awesome. That's why I mentioned to you earlier, there's always going to be, I'm a truck driver, okay? I'm just like you guys. We can be a little grumpy at times, all right? Let me tell you what. You give us another 18 months to the rest of these contracts settle in that we've been working on. This is the best truck hauling company ever on earth. We're going to be making so darn much money. You're going to make a wonderful living here, and we want to share with everybody. Everybody's going to be. So, you know, Jeff just spoke up on the line there. He's been here since we, you know, put the first truck on the road, and we don't have a seniority dispatch and never will. Everybody's got to make a living here, and everybody understands that there is a good living here. So just we want to stay focused. We want to move forward, spend our time working on your business, and not, you know, worrying about that we've got issues and someone's going to get better than another guy. That's not going to happen, okay? So,
hey, Ray.
What else we got?
Hey, Ray.
Yeah.
On my Freightliner that I got, can I get a real axle and replace my dead axle?
Yeah, the 6x2s. We're working with Peterbilt on that. Now, guys, there's another thing too.
This is the Freightliner.
Yeah, that's right, John. We'll work on that too, John. Now, guys, on the order, just so you know, we bid that out. We bid this contract out with Western Star, Freightliner, and Peterbilt. And we, you know, being that we're buying 30 trucks at one time, we bid this out in several locations, and the selling dealer is DSU in Portland, Oregon. So it does not matter to us where the dealer is, the trucks are delivered to our door. So Active USA will be pulling into our property in Michigan, and we'll help them on deck with the crane, but these are delivered to our door. It doesn't matter who sold it. So they're going to PDI them at the plant. They're going to pull up the plastic on the seats, and we're going to undeck them and process the balance of the what a dealer would do on our own. So depending on where business goes, if we get a lot of owner-operators that come on board and stick with us, we will have no need to buy some trucks for a while. If we get a lot of great company drivers come on board, we'll put another order in for more trucks. We're going to fuel what brings us. We love our owner-operators, and we love company drivers. So it does not matter to us. Right now, if you guys have noticed, I believe the numbers I recently seen is now we have, I think, approximately 18 more owner-operators than we did company drivers. Just a few short months ago, it was 50-50, okay? So we don't turn anybody away. And again, if you guys please, if you know a good driver that wants to do this work, send them our way, because we are literally going to add 80 to 100 drivers this year. What else we got?
Hey, Rex.
This guy that hired out there in California, he's a load coordinator, you said?
You talking about we're at a Bloomington yard?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what. What we're doing there, Don, is we hired a guy that can help manage and run our Bloomington yard. So, you know, when somebody hires on, you have to pick a title, and you know, so he's the lead man. He's going to come out, put his gloves on, help unload and load trucks, but he's also going to run the computers in the yard. So, yes, when you guys see George, George ran his own business for many years. The trucking part of this is new to him. We think he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's bilingual. He can talk Spanish and English. And we're excited about George, and he was recommended to us through other avenues that we know. And so we're excited about George coming on. So please give him a fair chance. Dispatch will still be through San Diego. George is going to start by helping get the sub-haulers unloaded at Bloomington, and as well as assist with wheeler drivers coming in to expedite the process. And you guys know we got about another 9 months before Excel Transportation leaves that property. Once they leave that property, we're going to be able to bay units up, line loads, and you guys won't have to go out there and dig units out of a pile. We're helping now, and it's going to get better and better.
Hey, Mike, this is Willie. What about the transit vans coming out of Chicago? Are those going to come out of Kansas City, or are they going to still come out of Chicago?
Very good question, Willie. Those will continue to come to Chicago because here's what happened, all right? When we went after the transit van going to the Avon Lake distribution, we wanted those vans because they go further. And so there's more miles. It gets us fully loaded back to Avon Lake and a little bit beyond, okay? Ford come back to us in the negotiation and wanted to be able to pull Headwish off on truck, but at the same rate, and we were unwilling to do that. There's not as many miles, and we negotiated, and we could not come to an agreement. So, in other words, you load me 300 miles, this is what I can do for you. You load me 800 miles, this is what I can do for you. And Wheeler, we speak up. We're not going to lay down and do something at a loss. At the same time, you know, we got a great partner that believes in us, and you know, Matt Fisher knows, and many of you guys know, we've been talking about this for a year and a half, and we just now got the contract today. We didn't give up. We kept fighting, and so, no, when you haul out of Headwish, the rate per mile is very good out of Headwish, but you're not going to go very far. That will continue to come into rail.
Rex?
Yes.
You said you fished or